Assalamualaikum and very good evening to our head director, Prof. Madya RTS Dr. Abdul. We are from Group 3. We present about our IDP project. Group 3 consists of 5 members, which is a project manager is Muhammad Aiman bin Shahrulkalam, assistant project manager Noor Syakinnah, civil engineer 1 Noor Fazliyana, civil engineer 2 Alia, and civil engineer 3 Noor Syakinnah. Our project detail is construction of 4-story hotel budget building with 51 room on Padang Maksirat, daerah Langkawi, Kedah Darul Aman. Budget hotel equipped with the all facilities, seminar room, 51 room, parking area, multi-purpose area and others. For our project schedule, for the structure part, we actually follow all the we planning, except for the architecture drawing where we a bit late for 1 week. But for the overall, we follow as we planning and we managed to submit it within the due date. But for the infrastructure part, we a bit late for all of the design where is for the artwork we a bit late for 1 week. For the drainage we a bit late for 2 weeks. Design work 1 week and design sewerage also 1 week. Also for the water supply we also a bit late for 1 week, discussion 1 week. But overall we still managed to submit it within the due date.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Shahrulkalam. Today I will be presenting about the green building concept of our group. The green building concept is referred to the sustainability concept. First one is the building envelope. In our hotel, the windows are primarily oriented to the north and the south. The orientation receives less direct sunshine and only shallow out shading is required to shade off the sun. East and west orientation receive more sun and the sun is more difficult to shade off due to the low sun angle for radiation in the morning and the afternoon. Exterior shading is more efficient as the sun is stopped before it enters the building. Towards the east, shading is deeper to protect against the low morning sun. The windows constitute 25% to 39% of the facade area depending on the orientation. The window glazing is 12mm thick light green tinted glazing with visible light transmission of 65% and the shadow coefficient of 0.59. The wall of our hotel consists of 200mm aerated concrete and exterior surface have light color to reduce solar heating of the wall. The light weight concrete wall has an insulation value which is 2.5 times better compared to the traditional brick. The roof of the building is insulated with 100mm of insulation compared to normally only 200mm of insulation. Furthermore, the roof surface is protected by a second canopy roof which prevents direct solar radiation onto the roof. This is the figure of exterior shading is used to reduce the sun penetration into the windows and control the temperature inside. Secondly is the green landscape. Sustainable landscaping encompasses a variety of practices that develop in response to environmental issues. In our building hotel, the main function from the concept of green landscape is to provide fresh air quality that could produce a better environment around the building, especially on the ground floor and the rooftop. Besides, the installation of green building landscape also could solve flooded problem and reduce stormwater runoff alongside the building area. This concept would follow up the Urban Stormwater Management Manual of Malaysia, which is must-mark in ensuring sustainable urban drainage system. Other than that, the management also will recommend to the client to install rainwater harvesting system to avoid flood and around the building area and save the water that could use up for another purposes. This figure show the concept of green building that would provide a better quality of air outside the building area. Thirdly is comfort and indoor quality. The recommended indoor temperature range is 23 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius and recommended relative humidity is 60 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. As both the required temperature and humidity parameter are lower than the outside air, full acclimatization is normally required for the working areas in order to satisfy optimal human comfort and working condition. Building therefore have to be tight and fresh air intake has to be controlled for optimal quality of the indoor air. In our hotel, the intake of outside air is controlled according to carbon dioxide level of of the indoor air and thereby control according to occupancy level. The more people in the building, in hotel, the more fresh air intake we require. It is not that low temperature and low humidity is uncomfortable, unhealthy and expensive. Furthermore, the indoor air quality in the building is also improved by natural ventilation source. The process of supplying and removing air are done through indoor space by naturally using the principle of the air movement without mechanical ventilation. The wind effect and the stack effect with the air pressure are naturally occur in the building, reduce the indoor temperature. This figure show that the process of stack effect ventilation with two mechanisms, which is cold air outside and hot air outside. And last but not least, the fourth one is the solar power. Our hotel has been received US Green Building Council LEED certification. By using alternative energy sources such as solar power, the hotel has been able to save energy and greatly reduce in environmental impact. Installed on the roof of the hotel and has more than 5,000 photovoltaic panels and produce a combined 8.3 megawatt DC on the electricity and a new national record for rooftop array. At full production, the system supplies 25% of the power demand of the entire Sunrise Hotel of our hotel. Nowadays, the solar is more cost-effective and affordable than ever. It has also proven its efficiency and reliability over the last decades, which result in solar being more interested and compelling to the hotel manager. They are counting on certain environmental and economic benefit which arrive for installing solar rooftop on the hotels. And last figure shows that the solar panel installation on the rooftop of our hotel.
Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Noor Syakinnah binti Ederose. I'm from Group K, and for my part, I will present on ground floor on our proposed project on construction for 4-story hotel budget building. We consist of 51 rooms on block 2436 located at Mukim Padang Maksirat Langkawi, Kedah Darul Aman. Okay, this is our proposed building. For the key plan structure, we get this floor key plan here. This is for the ground floor, key plan ground floor, and pile foundation key plan. Okay, my proposed slab on ground floor, which is FS78, it's located at the Binti. Okay, so after I do some manual calculation, I complete with the estimate, and the result show a big difference between manual and estimate. So this is the detailing for the slab FS78, which is the top bar slab, and this is for the bottom bar slab detailing. Okay, next we go to the beam. The proposed beam that I propose with at the same location at the Binti. This one, beam 3 to H2L, and after I calculate the beam design, and I compare to the estimate result. For the result on span A to B, the moment shown on the estimate a bit lower compared to the moment I calculate by manually. Okay, so this is the detailing for the beam. Okay, for the column, I propose on column C19, which is at here, and this is the result. Okay, this shows the detailing for the column schedule on C19. Main bar XT16 outer ties T10 to spacing width 175, inner ties to T10 spacing width 175, and column size 600 times 600. Okay, for the pile cap, which is this at the P3 C19, which is column 19. Okay, the detailing for the pile cap P3, this one P3 group. Okay, so this is the pile cap that I propose.
Okay, next I will present about the detail of structure at first floor to third floor. Okay, this is the structural layout for floor 1, first floor until third floor, and the design data for this floor is slab thickness is 125 millimeter. For beam, the dimension of the beam 500 times 500, and for the column, the dimensions of column is 350 times 600. Okay, this is the comparison between estimate and manual calculation for slab. It's different for spanning at x direction and spanning at y direction. Next, this is the table for the comparison between the estimate and manual calculation for beam, for span AB, BC, and CD. And the third one is the comparison for column. And lastly is the comparison between estimate and manual calculation for pi cap.
Now, I will present about the details of structure for the floor 4, which is the roof floor. This is the structure layout for the floor 4. This is the design data. In this project, we use concrete grade equals to 30 Newton per millimeter square, which is the grade 30. Yield steel strength equals to 460 Newton per millimeter square. For the slab thickness, we use 125 millimeter. The dimension of the beam is 350 times 600, while the dimension of column is 300 times 300. This is the comparison manual calculation and estimate for the slab FS1. As we can see, they have a little difference between the value of manual calculation and estimate. This phenomenon is common because the method calculation between manual and estimate software is totally different. Next, this is the comparison manual calculation and estimate for the beam C/1 to 5. We have three spans, span A to B, span B to C, and span C to D. Next, this is the comparison manual calculation and estimate for the column C15. Last, this is the comparison manual calculation and estimate for the pi cap C15.
Next, for the BQ, build quantity in our project. Okay, C to the build C on the building works. Okay, the concrete works for beam, which produce from the estimate result, can produce from the estimate result. So this on the unit quantity, weight, and amount, all is from the estimate. And slab, this is the slab, the concrete works for slab, the estimate. Column from the estimate 2 and pile cap. Okay, so the total amount for this building works, which sum up to 4,161,037 ringgit. Okay, next we move to the engineering building. Okay, in our design, we design the rumah pengawan, which is the amount to up to 100,000, and depot sampah, rumah sampah, we design at only one, and up to amount 50,000, and rumah park, which the amount up to 100,000. Okay, 100,000. Okay, so the total for the engineering building sum up to 250,000. Okay, next we go to the piling works. On the piling works, this is the lump sum value which I'm for the 5,000 on the hydraulic piling frame. The load test, this rate I refer to the JKR standard, JKR rate standard, that they use 120 per 90 per ton. Okay. So when calculate, I get 10,800 for 90 ton. Okay. And same to be here and here. Okay. So the total value, the total amount for piling works, we get 245,470 ringgit and 60 sen. Okay. Next, this is the provisional sum and contingency sum, and all the summary. And for this project, we total up the price to construct on this project. We total, which is the amount of 6,397,537 ringgit point 54 cents. Okay, so this is our total amount to build the 4-story hotel building in Langkawi. Okay, that's all for our BQ part. Thank you.